Hello everyone. I wanted to show you SharePoint. So most of you probably don't understand what SharePoint is, and any attempt to explain it is difficult because you don't really have an application for it. So went ahead and created a SharePoint site for the Information Technology Department, and I want to kind of give you a tour of it and then encourage you to go check it out. So if you're trying to get to SharePoint from Office 365 and you already know how to log into Office 365, then you can just go to your main menu and click SharePoint over here. So I'm going to click on SharePoint and I'm going to click on the Information Technology Department. You shouldn't see this other one. This is a working page. It shouldn't be live for most people. If you happen to see it, just ignore. Go to Information Technology. This is the page that I want you guys to use. This is going to be our catch-all for all items related to IT. I have started listing our projects that we're working on to the left over here with information about our projects. You can also submit an idea to us. This is the home page. We have any known IT issues listed at the very top. So if you walk into work one day and some crazy thing happens, you could check out SharePoint and see if it's something that we're already aware of. And if it is something that we're already aware of, then you would see it here. Now, these are only going to stay on here as long as the issue lasts. So once the issue is gone, it'll be removed from this list. I also have, for now, the IT video updates I've been sending about the Salesforce project. As we progress with different projects, this won't stay here, so the content might change, but for now, it's highlighted on this page. And I also have a highlighting of the documents, which we only have one at the moment. That email that Simon sent, I turned it into a document for reference if you need it, and this just kind of welcome to the page, newsfeed. From here, you can check out our various projects. So we'll start with Office 365. I have these how-to videos on Office 365 so that you can see how to get started with Office 365 and how to use Salesforce for Office 365. So go ahead and check those out if you are having issues logging in and not sure what to do. I also have very basic stuff if you don't want to watch the videos of where to find your calendar with Office 365, your contacts, your email, and some frequently asked questions about Office 365, like what is your password, do you have to make the switch, etc. So you can find all that information here. I have very bare bones of this page, but we can look at the phones. So far, all I've listed for about the phones is who's on Star to Star and who's on 8x8, but if you forget, if you need to remember for whatever reason, I've started listing that here, and I will add more information as possible, and this also needs to be spelled correctly. Then I will also probably start listing who's implementing and at what dates as Simon has that information available, because I know he's going to start trying to get this finished up here quickly. We have the Salesforce project, which is the same thing as the Dealer Team and Financial Force project. I have the IT video updates listed here again, makes sense. I also have the project objectives for this, an overview of the project. So each piece of the project, what is related in the task that we're working on, and what's the status. So right now we're kind of working on this data migration piece and setting up the system and testing the processes. Once we're done with that, we'll be able to pilot. And so this kind of gives you an idea of where we're at with the project. And I also added this thing about, like, at a high level, how is Financial Force and Dealer Team different than Salesforce? So if you're curious about that, you can read that there. And we also have our UA website. So I've started again with the objectives of the UA website. I have Simon's been working on using Power BI, which is another piece of the Office 365 apps. As you will see, you should see here, if it's not here, here it is, there. So this will lead us to the Google Analytics data, which you normally have to have a login to see this data. We're working on getting everyone access to this data, but it shows you kind of what's going on with our website. On average, we have 370 users every day. On the weekdays, we have 560 users that come into our website, and it kind of gives you some really interesting information. Seems like Tuesday is our most popular day for the website, and so if you're curious, we have that available. I also have listed on here, a reminder if you want to submit an idea for the website. It's a link to that submit idea page, which we'll talk about in a second. And updates on the latest changes made to the UA website. So if you're curious or if you see something that's wrong, you can check it out here and see if it's something we've already accounted for, or if maybe it's something that you need to notify us of, or if you see a change that looks kind of unexpected, maybe you're not sure if we did it. If I didn't list it on here, then it probably wasn't us. You should probably let me know. If I listed it on there, then no worries. I also have this submit an idea, like I've said a couple times. I have a couple examples here, but basically, if you have an idea of improvements we could do, or I don't know, solutions to some of your problems that you've been experiencing, throw it on here and see what happens. You know, no idea is a bad idea. All you have to do is go to that page, hit new items, give a short title so that I kind of get an overview of what's going on, tell me what it's related to, and the details of what your idea is. Keep the status submitted by user, and I'll go back in here and I'll check these out as I have time and see if these are things that we can start putting in the pipeline, or if these are things that are completely out of scope for a long time, and just give you feedback on your ideas. And so I'm hoping that this is a good place for us to identify issues that we weren't aware of and find creative solutions to problems. So that's all I really have for our IT SharePoint site. The idea would be that each team would have a SharePoint site similar to this, where all the items would be related to the projects or, you know, day-to-day tasks that you're working on and information that you need to find, so that it's all in one central location. And you could find this even if you're not at work. You could find this at home or on the road, whatever. So hope you find it useful. Go ahead and check it out.